Today, we're going to explore an ancient educational system that, well, it might just hold some surprising answers to our very modern challenges.
But first, let me ask you something, a bit of a puzzle. How would you go about preserving a massive library of knowledge? And I'm not just talking about the words, but the exact sound, the tone, the rhythm of every single syllable for 3,000 years with absolutely no writing? I mean, it sounds impossible, doesn't it? Well, guess what? The ancient Vedic scholars in India, they actually did it.
So what exactly were they protecting with such incredible effort? They were safeguarding the Vedas. Now, this is a huge collection of sacred hymns and really deep philosophical texts. And for them, you see, this wasn't just about memorizing stuff. No, this was about keeping a divine tradition alive, and it had to be in its absolute purest form. And to really get why this was so important, you have to understand a key concept, Shruti. It literally means that which is heard. See, the Vedas weren't thought of as books written by people. They were seen as divine revelations. The idea was that the sound itself, that was the sacred truth.
So yeah, this was definitely not a game of telephone. A single mistake, one tiny change in pronunciation, and it was believed the whole spiritual power of the mantra could be lost. The stakes were incredibly high. So what do? Well, you develop a totally brilliant system to make sure that transmission is absolutely perfect.
So the big question is, how on earth did they pull this off? How did they forge this kind of perfect memory? The answer, my friends, is in a really unique educational environment known as the Gurukul. The name itself tells you so much. Guru, that's the teacher, and Kula, that means home or family. So students would literally live with their teacher. They were totally immersed in this calm, focused environment, far away from all the distractions of the outside world.
And this wasn't just about cramming facts into your head. The whole philosophy of the Gurukul was way bigger than that. It was what we'd now call a holistic approach. It was all about nurturing the whole person. The mind, yeah, with critical thinking and philosophy. The body, with things like yoga and physical work. And of course, the spirit, through meditation and self-awareness.
But really, the absolute heart of the Gurukul was the incredible bond between the teacher and the student. The guru wasn't just some instructor rattling off facts. No, they were a mentor, a guide, someone responsible for shaping not just your mind, but your entire character. Okay, so we have the environment, but how did the system itself guarantee that perfect transmission for centuries? Get this, they came up with these incredible recitation techniques that were basically like a biological hard drive, complete with its own built-in, foolproof error correction code.
These methods are called pathas, and you can think of them as layers of a linguistic safety net. Each new layer adds another level of complexity and, crucially, redundancy. It creates this amazing self-correcting system where it's almost impossible for an error to slip through.
So let's break it down. The first layer is called pada. It's the foundation. You just take a sentence and break it down into every single individual word. So if your phrase is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'd recite it very deliberately as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple, right? This locks in the basic building blocks.
All right, now for layer 2, Kramapatha. This is where the error checking really starts to kick in. You recite the words in overlapping pairs. So our sequence now becomes 1, 2, then 2, 3, then 3, 4, 4, 5. See what that does? It reinforces the exact order and makes it way, way harder to accidentally leave a word out. But hold on, because it gets even more amazing. The next level up is Jatapata, which means the braided recitation. Now the pattern goes like this: 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Then you move on. 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3. I mean, wow. This crazy crisscross pattern forces such deep concentration that it just burns the sequence into your memory.
And believe it or not, it didn't even stop there. The most advanced level, called Ganapatha, used patterns that were even more complex, almost like a mathematical formula. To master this was considered the absolute peak of Vedic recitation skill. It's just a staggering mental achievement, a true testament to what a disciplined mind is capable of.
Okay, so this is all fascinating history, for sure. But what does any of it mean for us, right now? Can these ancient ideas actually help solve some of the very real problems we face in education today?
Well, when you put the two systems side by side, the difference is pretty stark, isn't it? In the Gurukul, the teacher was a mentor, not just an instructor.
The focus was on developing a whole person, not just checking boxes on a curriculum. And the method was personalized, not a one-size-fits-all standardized test.
And listen, the value of this tradition isn't just some abstract idea. In 2003, UNESCO actually declared Vedic chanting a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. So this isn't just a museum piece, it's a living, breathing tradition with power that has been proven to last.
So let's bring it all home. Why does this matter today? Well, because the core ideas of the Gurukul seem tailor-made for some of our biggest modern problems. Think about it. Rising student stress and anxiety? The Gurukul's focus on mindfulness is a direct answer. The need for moral and ethical education? That mentorship model is all about character. And information overload in our shrinking attention spans? These methods for developing deep, unbroken focus have never been more relevant.
Which really leaves us with one big question to think about. In our modern age, an age of endless digital distraction, where we're drowning in information but often starving for actual wisdom, is it possible that the wisdom of the past is the real key to the future of learning?